Welcome back to CFB Enthusiasts, guys. My name is Jimmy, and as y'all can tell, we're going to talk about the Texas-Florida game. Texas loses to Florida 29-21 in a game that I feared but thought was unlikely due to Florida's circumstances, them being a 1-3 team, having their back against the wall, coaches on the hot seat in the middle of a brutal schedule in the SEC, and us having coming in with some good signs, albeit against a Sam Houston State team. I thought I saw a lot of good things in that game for us to be able to pack with us and take to Gainesville. And what I feared happened. Florida came out buttoned up. They came out with their hair on fire. They were the more physical team. And hell, let's get right into this thing. We can blame Arch. We can even blame this offensive line. And I'm going to get to all that in a minute. What I'm most disappointed in is this defense. Is this front seven. Even the secondary. Very, very, very disappointed. I think that's where it starts. I think that's what kind of set things off in this game and allowed Florida to have a lot of success. They pushed us down the field with Jaden Ball early and their backup. I know they had Jacoby Jackson out, but they were just running it down our throat, and there was nothing we could do about it. I was very disappointed in that, and it made a lot of throws manageable for DJ Lagway. DJ Lagway didn't put the ball in harm's way, up until the very end, but Florida and their game plan didn't give DJ Lagway the opportunity to turn the football over, which is what I was looking for in this game and what Florida is very prone to. They didn't even have to put the ball in harm's way because they were so ahead of the chains. Their running game was so efficient. And then you saw where DJ Lagway's talent comes into play with the deep shots, with the arm talent. I was very disappointed with what I saw from our front four, front seven. We just got absolutely pushed around. That was something I wasn't expecting because Florida's offensive line weren't getting the push against other teams, against LSU, against Miami. They weren't getting that push they got against us. They just weren't. And like I said, that allowed guys like Dallas Wilson to come out of nowhere and have his Ryan Williams moment, if you will. Vernell Brown, Sturdivant. Like, very, very disappointing. Very, very disappointing. I know we missed Manny Muhammad at the outside. We really, really missed him. Our back-end guys didn't play much better. Kobe Black had a really tough game. Gilbo had a tough game. Even Taft, missed some stuff too. And that's our All-American. That's our guy back there. And he didn't even play his greatest game. And it's just like plays earlier in the game that I kind of think back on. I'm like, what if it went the other way? Like on the first play of the game, they fumble. They fall right back on top of it. Obviously, they end up going down the field and scoring a touchdown on that drive. I think it was in the second quarter or third quarter. I don't even remember at this point. The double pass, Ryan Wingo missed injuries. There's a couple plays like that, man, that just you think back on, and those are like 50-50 plays that if they went your way, how would the game have unfolded if they have went your way, but I guess we'll never know. Our offensive line, both lines of scrimmage got absolutely dominated. Absolutely dominated. Our offensive line, we knew that was a concern coming in. We failed to get a great push on. We failed to get a great push in the run game consistently. That's just what was on tape. That's just what we've shown up to this point in the season, and that continued. Outside of Arch Manning rushing the football, Texas had 15 rushing yards. 15 rushing yards. If you show up anywhere on the road with 15 rushing yards, I don't care who it's against, you're going to lose. You're going to lose. And that's just been a huge concern of the offense is, can we get a push in the front? Can our online get a nice push to help out Wisner, Baxter, Jerry Gibson, who didn't even play. He didn't even play. I don't think Sark trusted him at all. Christian Clark, like, it got to the point where we weren't even trying to run the ball, thinking about running the football. If it wasn't Arch scrambling off of pass plays or Arch just throwing the ball straight up, there was nothing else we could do. We got very one-dimensional very quickly, and I think that led to our detriment as well. We have to figure out a way to hide Baker the best we can, and I mean, there's only so much you can do when your perimeter blocking isn't great either. You can't get screens going, and it kind of limits Sark's ability to make certain play calls. But yeah, man, this was bad. This is really bad. And Arch, I mean, people already have a preconceived notion about Arch after the Ohio State game and those couple tune-up games. People are already gonna have their stance on Arch, and it's not gonna change. I'm not gonna entertain those people that are just quick to Arch sucks. Arch needs to be benched. Arch this, Arch that. I'm not gonna entertain it just because those people are just stubborn and ignorant and just trolls, honestly. I saw a lot of good things. I saw a lot of better things that I wish I would have saw at Ohio State that we didn't see then, but we saw at least in this game. He connected on some deep shots. Yeah, he still missed some stuff, and Louis Riddick pointed him out, and it's frustrating. But the guy fought. The guy didn't put his head down. He made plays with his feet when he had to, when he could. And I mean, when you go on the road and you have, 10, 11 true carries as a ball club from your running backs and 15 yards. 15 yards on 11 carries. That was the Texas running back room. Do you know how much pressure that just puts on your quarterback, especially on the road? I'm just saying. Like I said, I felt like Arch battled and played well in spurts. Not consistently enough for us to win this game, of course. I think there's a couple plays where he pressed a little bit too much. And then there were some plays where late in the game, like the last two possessions where, bro, you just got to let the ball go. Whether you just throw it out of bounds or what, he started taking sacks and looking like Jackson Arnold towards the end of the game. And I was like, all right, bro, you got to let this ball go. But we had no choice as an offense. No choice. And if our defense would have, I'm not saying our defense should have been what they have been, But bro, don't be the complete opposite of what you've been this whole time. Our defense has not looked this bad in so long. Probably since the Georgia game the first time, but our defense had not looked that poor throughout the game. And if our defense would have bowed down a little bit sooner, I think we would have had a greater opportunity to win this game. Like, I feel like that was an anomaly how bad our defense played for our standards. And we still had the ball in Florida territory with the shot. I mean, there's no more victories at Texas, but I mean, if you want to take a silver lining, there's that. But I'm very disappointed. We're just a flawed team, a pretty flawed team. Right. Our defense, I still believe in. I still think it's pretty good. Had a bad day, and Florida, give them credit. They had a great game plan coming in. Billy Napier had a great game plan coming in. DJ Lagway played well. Their offensive line played well. I think our defense will be just fine. Offensively, we just are what we are at this point. A team that's going to struggle to run the football. A team with a very shaky offensive line, and a quarterback that's not good enough to overcome all of that. That's just what we are. That's why even after, I think it was after the San Jose State game or the UTEP game. I think it was after the UTEP game. I came on and said, we're just going to have to switch our entire identity midseason and become a team that just leans in on the defense and wins games 20-13 and shit like that, at 24-21, and really low scoring games where our defense holds it down. And our defense let us down. It becomes very hard. The margin for error for your defense becomes really hard when your offense can't get it going when it needs to. But I think that's the identity Texas needs to lean towards, because I still believe in this defense. I still believe they're an elite defensive team. I do. But that's our only shot to even sniff an SEC championship game at this point. Is it the end of the world? No, but you got OU next week. Got to play their defensive line. And then, what is it? Mississippi State and Kentucky. I'm not sure which order, but the Mississippi State game looks a lot harder now than it did in the preseason. We still have to go to Georgia. We still have to play Vanderbilt. And we got to stop their running game. And then, obviously, A&M at the end of the year, who looks really good now. So, I don't know. We're going to have to talk more about this, Texas fans. We're going to talk a lot more about it. But y'all let me know y'all think about the Florida game. I'm hurt right now, of course, but gotta come on here and be real. We didn't play well as a team. Our defense didn't play well. Our offensive line, terrible day. Our quarterback tried. He did what he could. He pressed a little bit too much in some spots. He played well in some spots. Not good enough to overcome a zero-run game. So, y'all let me know what y'all think about the Texas game. We're losing to Florida, man. And this is Jimmy for CFB Enthusiast. Stay tuned for the recap tomorrow for our Week 6 recap with me and Pat and Jacob. But other than that, I'm out. Peace. It's always hook 'em. It's always hook 'em too. I'm never going to put these down. Never.